Welcome to this interview in Viva YG Latino. We are very happy because we have the Minister Rajan Sawhney. She's a Minister of Trade, Immigration and Multiculturalism.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy to join you this morning. I know we have a lot of interesting things to talk about. And might I just say that is the cleanest kitchen I've ever seen?
Thank you. Yeah. Wow, we changed the setups. But thank you so much. Minister, what motivated you enter in politics?
Oh, people ask me that all the time, actually. And there's a couple of different things. Number one, I was born and raised in Calgary, and I worked in the energy industry. And I really wanted to be a voice for energy. I just felt like governments weren't doing enough, enough of a good job talking about, how wonderful our industry is here, how environmentally protective it is, and how it's such a great pathway for young people to stay here and have their careers. But honestly, it was for my kids. I just wanted to make sure that my children knew that there are opportunities here in Alberta, that they would have a good life. And I wanted to keep my children close by. So that was the main reason.
So you were in the energy and the oil and gas, and you continue in politics. But for you now in the new position, is a challenge or an opportunity?
Both. I am a very optimistic person, and I always look at every situation as, full of opportunities. And, but obviously the political climate being what it is, and the fact that we just went through this terrible pandemic, and we're still in the throes of the of COVID-19, the aftermath. The challenges have been significant getting through that period and operating in that period. But I'm very, very optimistic about Alberta and very optimistic about our economic recovery. And I think if we all keep going in the right direction in terms of taking care of our health, our mental health, and getting through this difficult time, the future is very, very bright.
Okay. And what is the challenge that you see in the new position as minister?
This is my third portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Minister of Community and Social Services, and then I was in transportation. And so this portfolio is a little bit smaller and it's more concentrated. So it's a little bit easier from the policy side, from the work side. And because the first portfolio I had was the fourth largest in government and dealing with the most vulnerable. So in this particular portfolio, I'm already up to speed. And I think the challenges are going to be wanting to do a lot of work in a very short period of time. I have all these ideas, all these aspirations, but I understand that there's only a couple of months to get things through.
Yeah. Well, immigration is a topic very interesting, and multiculturalism. Canada is multicultural in that way. The immigration is a topic with a lot angles. What is your goal in this position with a Minister of Immigration?
Well, I think that's a really, really good question. So we know that there is a significant labor shortage, not only in Alberta, but in our country and across the nation. So one of my primary short-term goals is to ensure that we are able to bring in immigrants into Alberta, attract those individuals who are highly skilled in areas where we have shortages. We don't have enough healthcare workers. We're looking for workers in the IT industry. We're looking for truck drivers as well. So it's very important that our programs are targeting those individuals who can meet those labor challenges. But, we always talk about the economy, and we talk about labor, and we talk about, economic metrics. But at the end of the day, the work that we do is for people, it's for society, it's for families and communities. And I know it's really important for newcomers when they come here, if they have a family connection, they're so much more successful, because it's hard to start from scratch and try to meet people and create those networks. So one of my priorities is to make sure that we focus more on attracting people or reaching out to those candidates that we can nominate who have family connections here. So there's that family reunification process. There is, if you have strong communities and you have strong networks, that leads to success of all kinds. whether it's economic success or social success, and to create a more robust social fabric in Alberta. These things go hand in hand. So those, in regards to immigration, those are my priorities, making sure that we do some policy shift where we can attract people that have family members here.
¿Estás lista para potenciar tu salud femenina de adentro hacia afuera? Te invito a Latinas Gala, un evento de salud femenina como nunca lo has visto, especialmente creado para la hermosa mujer latina. Nos vemos el día sábado 18 de marzo a partir de la 1 de la tarde en Latinas Gala. Más información y tickets en el enlace que te dejo en este post.
And this is interesting because when you are the first so more immigrant is first generation, is the first time to come to Canada, most our parents or friends in our countries ask, hey, so because now you have the opportunity to see the photos, the video, a little more about to Canada. 20 years ago, no, nothing. It's only the map, and that's it. And you are this is Canada. No, you have more information, access information, and also more programs. But also for you, Minister Multiculturalism, how impact at our community in Alberta?
You know, every portfolio that I've had, I always did the multiculturalism aspect as well. I was always very connected to cultural communities because I know that there's no avenue for them to reach out to government. So there are many people that I met who have said, we've never had a minister talk to us. We've never had a minister come to our events. We've never had a minister phone us. I have people who text me and they said, this has never happened. And I think for people on the ground, for everyday people like you and I mean, I'm a minister now, but when I'm not working, I'm just an everyday average person. You realize that they don't have these connections to government, and they have so many ideas and issues and opportunities that they want to talk about. So my goal now is to reach out far and wide across the province and make sure that communities who have never been spoken to before have a connection to government. And you know, we talk about multiculturalism all the time, and we talk about how we are a multicultural society, but in practicality, sometimes that doesn't translate well. We are seeing rising incidences of Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, anti-Black racism, anti-Asian hate. Like, this is a reality. And so what are we really what we claim to be? Are we just, is multiculturalism an aspirational framework? Or in practical realities, are we truly celebrating and welcoming with open arms everybody, making sure that they're included? We have work to do on this, and I'm not afraid to say that we are far from perfect. And so as I engage across the province with communities, I want to know what it is that they're experiencing and take those issues and translate them into solid policy that is going to tackle some of these problems that we see. It's not easy, but I'm determined to make a dent. And I also want to say, while you were talking about this, that this government has done unprecedented work on the anti-racism file. No government has done as much as this current government of Alberta has done in the history of the province. And that is something that's not well known. And that's why I take this opportunity to say this now.
¿Sabías que las palabras que decimos son muy importantes? Ayudan a dar forma al mundo que nos rodea. Por eso creo que debemos hablar con palabras de verdad y de esperanza, no solo con nosotros mismos, sino también con los demás. A darle verdad y esperanza a los demás, la traemos hacia nosotros mismos. Bendecido día.
Minister, our next question is regarding to, you are a political woman for our women and children in our community. what is your words to motivate the people? Say, I would like I live to politics, and after that, maybe a minister. What is your message for these people?
My message for everybody is that there's no substitute for hard work. I didn't get here because I was lucky or because somebody paved the path for me or I had a friend in high places. No, that's not true. To get to these kinds of levels requires a lot of sacrifice, and it requires intentional hard work and systematic planning and really understanding what your mandate is. But having said that, I think it's important for everyone to pursue their dreams. Like everybody dreams. I'm a dreamer. Even now, I've got 10,000 things I want to do after politics. I want to go back and do my PhD. I want to write a book. Pardon me, I've got a bit of a sore throat. All of those things. And in order to actualize your dreams, you really have to believe in yourself. You need to surround yourself with people who believe in you too. And there's always somebody. Find that person who believes in you and just step by step chip away at what you want to do. It's entirely achievable, because for someone like me, the odds were stacked against someone like me even winning a nomination, winning an election, and then being a minister of 3 portfolios. I'm a racialized woman. This hasn't happened before, but I ran for leadership. That's never happened before either.
Yeah.
So I think I just want everyone to know it's possible. All of these things are possible. You need a support system. You need people who believe in you, and you need to believe in yourself.
Excellent. Well, what is your message for our community?
My message for the community is this, that things are going to get better. We've gone through a lot of tough years, and I've met thousands of people, in this role. If I give you a synopsis of all the people I met in the last week, I met the Chief of Stoney Nakoda. I met the Consul General from Portugal. I met the Minister of Trade from Quebec. I met a woman who's a Ukrainian temporary resident. I met, somebody from my constituency the other day who was having problems with their workers' compensation file. And all of these individuals, they're all the same. They all want the same things. They all want to understand how to navigate in a changing world. They want to understand, what the future is going to look like. They want to be happy. They want to take care of their families. So my message is that as diverse as we are, we're all the same in terms of what we want for our families and communities. And things are getting better. And there's a lot of hope in our economic recovery in Alberta. We're already moving forward. Lots of jobs out there. And even socially, things are moving in the right direction. And my final note is that I have an open door policy. If anybody wants to meet with me, I'm doing multiculturalism engagement with all kinds of communities. Please reach out to my office if you want to get a whole bunch of people together. I will come to you. I would love to meet you. So that is my final message.
Thank you so much, Minister. And I know it's the first. All the time we say, not the last time we have with our program to talk more about your minister. And actually, when you have the book, please tell us. And we like to chat about your book.
Absolutely. It's already written in my mind. I just need to put it on paper. So we'll do that.
Absolutely. No, I have time. Don't worry. Thank you so much, Minister. Thank you so much for this opportunity to know more about the Minister Rajan Sawhney. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.